Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. And if you're looking to create peace, abundance, or harmony in other areas of your life, then know that what I talk about here on my channel can be applied to anything. Okay. Remember, life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core foundational subconscious level. And you're creating your reality in a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things that are occurring around you, the beliefs that you have, the feeling state that you maintain, the level of confidence that you have. And you're going to see that if you're able to really nurture a new feeling state, a new belief system, a new awareness of your reality, step into confidence, create a really nice structure for your day where you trust that you're able to achieve and materialize what it is that you want, and you persist with that, you're going to get really awesome results. Today, this is kind of a fun video. I'm actually excited to talk about this because I think this is something that a lot of people go through, especially nowadays. It's much more common to see like relationships begin as a friends with benefits situation that evolves into an actual commitment. And I want to talk about a few things where understanding kind of the approach and the mindset that needs to go on when you see this showing up as your experience, and how to live in that knowing that, oh yeah, totally, this is going to become a relationship. I don't even have to worry about it. So the three things that I want to talk about are fears and attachment, particularly to the relationship word. Okay. The second thing I'm going to talk about is assigning meaning and value. And I'm going to go at that from the scope of the fear that this person is just using you for sex. Okay. Because I think that's something that a lot of people feel is their experience when they're in that situation. And like I say in my content, if that's the meaning and the value that you assign to it, you're going to see that becomes your experience. Okay. So we're going to talk about how you can re-augment your awareness in a way that is aligned with what you want to experience. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is prioritizing your feeling state, relaxing, attraction, what that actually means, because that's what we're talking about here on my channel is attracting. So when you guys think of the word attraction, that literally means you're drawing it to you by just being, embodying, living, feeling, breathing, right? So we want to understand what attraction actually means and how that relates to moving it in that direction. And then I'm going to finish on confidence. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about, why I think this is kind of more of a common thing that people are experiencing, is there's a lot of fear associated just with relationships in general. And I coach so many different people, and I'll have people that have had slightly more traumatic backgrounds or not the best examples in their reality. And then I'll also have people that have really amazing parents and they don't really come from that kind of background, and they're a little bit more perplexed with why they have the beliefs they have, and why they've been having the experiences that they've been having. The first thing that I want to say with that is you want to realize that you're being influenced on a daily and throughout your life in so many different ways. So the content that you're consuming, the movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, in this day and age, it's really, it's actually quite sad to see that love is portrayed in such a heartbreaking way, a fearful way. Most of the movies that you see about love are about how it's excruciating and you're going to be left and you're going to get used. And then if you want a person, like The Notebook, I think is the worst example of like, if you want a person, you're going to have to wait your entire life and it's going to be this like really shitty process, right? Or even if you just turn on the radio, like most of the music that you hear is pretty much people giving up and feeling hopeless and heartbroken and dwelling in that state. And so you have to realize that maybe you don't necessarily have a background that is traumatic, but you are being influenced. And this is where having those belief tracks is really useful, because when you become a conscious creator, essentially what you're doing is you're continually influencing yourself in a way that's going to produce the results that you desire. So if I'm sleeping with beliefs on like, I'm the solution, I'm always moving towards the solution, I'm creating the relationship that I desire, I'm confident, I'm stable, I'm secure, I'm desired, I'm desirable, I'm always feeling attractive, I'm always creating the most abundant, healthiest, stable relationship, I am trusting, I'm allowing this relationship to unfold, and you can really influence your mind in that way, then you're going to start to effortlessly show up that way. And that's what's happening in a lot of the relationship patterns that people experience. Is it's unconscious manifestations of fears, doubts, and attachments that are formed through these not so great narratives surrounding love. So I've noticed in my reality, okay, especially when I first got with Adam, bringing up the word relationship triggered a lot of fear. And so this is why I think you see that pattern of friends with benefits beginning, because people want intimacy, but they're afraid of the actual commitment. And if you can realize that, again, it's a mirror. We're all so alike, you guys. This is why when you decide to become conscious and you shift yourself, you can change the people around you. Okay. So when you decide to let go of fears, okay, then you're able to step into that confident knowing space that moves the relationship in that direction. The one thing that I want to say here, though, especially in a friends with benefits situation, is the fear forms the attachment. And I've said in content before that attachment, negative attachment, is going to be the thing that brings your manifestation to a screeching halt, or you're going to start to see the opposite start to become your experience. And this is where you do need to be aware of your feeling state. So the state that you're dominantly existing in is going to form the awareness that you have of your reality. The belief tracks at nighttime are kind of like an override to help you shift into a new state, a new awareness of your reality. So when things manifest, what it is typically you're having fleeting thoughts, right? So we're going to just talk about manifesting in general right now. You're feeling a certain way, you're having fleeting thoughts, you're not attached to them, you're moving through your day and you're seeing it manifest, right? Well, in order to replicate that process, it needs to be the same thing. This is why the feeling state matters. Because if I'm already feeling worthy, deserving, attractive, desired, desirable, then I'm going to be moving through my reality that way, having fleeting thoughts of like, oh yeah, this relationship's going that direction. They can't stop thinking about me. They're wanting to spend all their time with me. I'm making healthy, good assumptions with no attachment. And it's an enjoyable, expansive process. And that's where you really see it progress in that direction. So the first thing that we have to get out of when we're in a situation where it's like friends with benefits and we want it to go towards the relationship is really ask ourselves, one, what are the beliefs that we have? And two, where is my state of being dominantly existing? And state of being means your feeling state, right? So do I feel love, or am I dominantly existing in fear? Okay. And you have to be honest about that. Am I existing in attachment, or am I trusting and relaxed and knowing and allowing myself to enjoy this experience that I'm having with this person, knowing that it's going to progress and grow and flourish, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is assigning meaning and value. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, I think the most common thing that people struggle with is they are feeling like they're being used, right? So, okay, I'm in this situation and this person is just using me for sex, okay? Well, that's where your self-concept does come into play. And it's also really important for you to see the meaning and the value that you're assigning to this. So what is a relationship? A relationship is a friendship with a deep connection and intimacy. So first off, you shouldn't be doing anything that doesn't feel good for you, okay? I want to say that first. So this is, again, where the feeling state matters. But at the same time, I do want to say, you should be able to enjoy yourself and be intimate with somebody and not be plagued with this worry, doubt, or fear. And when you actually make this change and you're like, you know what? No, they're actually not just using me for sex. I am husband, I'm wifey, I'm boyfriend, I'm girlfriend, like I'm stable and I'm secure and I'm a joy to be around all the time. Then what happens when you release that story, okay, and you know, oh, it's going to go in that direction, then the intimacy starts to shift and change, and the quality of the interaction that you have with that person in the moment starts to shift and change too. So if I'm showing up feeling like, oh, you're not just using me for sex, this is totally going in that direction, and I'm confident and I'm stable and I'm secure, then my interaction with you is going to be completely different than if I'm sitting here unconsciously worried that you're just using me for sex. And this also plays out in the long term, you guys. So when you have discord with people and you're like, well, you were just using me for X, Y, and Z, you're assigning that meaning, and then you're projecting that outwards, and you're going to see that reflected back to you. Whereas if you can be like, wait, I find this person really attractive, I really enjoy having sex with them, I'm getting to know them, and I'm knowing it's going in that direction, and I'm feeling really confident, and every time they hang out with me, it's always a joy. We get to know each other on a deeper level, and they're wanting to spend more and more time with me, and you can relax into that knowing, and you don't assign the meaning that you're just getting used. You're going to see that how you show up in the moment, this is where your self-concept, again, is really important, is going to nurture and create that as your experience. So the meaning... Oh, sorry, you guys. Adam's calling me. Okay. I'll have to call him back. So the meaning and the value that you assign to the things that are going on around you is really important. Okay. And in my relationship at the beginning, I could have easily been like, oh, this is just a friends with benefits, I'm being used. But I didn't do that because I was like, oh, I'm totally confident. Like, I know this is going that direction. This is enjoyable for me. You're not using me. In fact, I'm enjoying this intimacy as well too. So it's a win-win. And I feel really confident in knowing, and there was no urgency. This is where the state of being that you're in is really important, which goes into my last point, prioritizing the feeling state. So when you're not existing in fear or attachment, you're able to enjoy the experience and relish in it when it's there, and pleasantly expect that it's going to grow, and not find yourself waiting or doubting or over prioritizing it or feeling lack. Okay. You're going to be able to go about your day knowing like your person's going to reach out to you. They're going to text you. They're going to want to see you again. There's no rush. You don't have to follow up and say like, oh, when are we going to see each other again? And all those things. This is where we're talking about attraction and manifestation, right? So if I want to attract something into my reality, I have to feel and show up as that most attractive version of myself that's reinforced with confidence. And if you're worried that you're getting used, and that it's not going to unfold that way, you're creating a negative narrative in your mind, it's not going to allow for you to really show up and embody that, because you're going to find yourself hyper-focusing, your feeling state's getting knocked out, you're waiting for text messages, you're creating this negative story in your mind, you're talking to all your friends about how this person is not progressing in the relationship forward, and you're influencing yourself in a way continually that is going to create that as your experience. That's why I started this video off with conscious manifestation means you are consciously deciding who you're going to be. You're influencing yourself in a way that sustains that knowing. You're feeling that way, and you're pleasantly expecting. Okay. So if you want to take something from a friends with benefits situation to a relationship, you are not going to victimize yourself along the way and create a narrative that you're getting used. Okay. It should be fun. It should be enjoyable. You should be enjoying the intimacy when it's there. You should be relaxing and feeling confident, knowing it's going in that direction. Hold that knowing that it's done, and allow for it to unfold. Okay. And if you're having a hard time doing that, then you want to address, what beliefs do I have? Where is my confidence lacking? Why am I feeling really urgent about this? What's going on? And that's where you can just throw on a belief track, get your confidence in alignment, start to really feel and embody attraction within yourself and those feelings that you associate with your end state, and relax. That's really what manifesting is. It's a relaxation, and it's a pleasant expecting and a knowing that's reinforced with confidence and continual enjoyment. Okay. So I hope you found some value from this. This is going to be a shorter video, 14 minutes. I'm trying to get back on here more consistently and post shorter videos for you guys. As always, I love you all so much. If you're not having fun, if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Okay. Always honor yourself and take a step back, trusting that, oh, okay, this doesn't feel good right now. There's no urgency. I'm going to focus on myself and nurture my feeling state, and trust that this is going to unfold in the way that I desire. And you'll see that happen. So you should always be honoring yourself. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. But at the same time, you also want to ask yourself, well, I want a relationship, and all the elements of a relationship are here. So let me have fun and pleasantly expect, and not create any negative narratives and see there's a plus in this here for me too. You're not using me for anything because I'm getting something out of this too, and it's enjoyable for me, right? So as always, again, I love you all so much, and I'll see you later.